You're watching Soul Sisters on Pure Soul, powered by Isaac Hayes on Dash Radio.
We're back. This is Soul Sisters on Pure Soul on Dash Radio. I'm Yama Brown.
I'm Heather Hayes.
And we are Soul Sisters. And we have a special guest in the house, Mr. Canton Jones.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
Thank you so much for being here. We're glad you stopped by.
Yeah.
Converse with the Soul Sisters.
Y'all got plenty of soul. That's what's up.
So tell us what you got going on right now. We know you got a few things going on, some music and all. So let's get right into that.
Yeah, man. I got
By the way, excuse me, we've been playing your music the whole time.
Have you?
So
That's what's up.
Well,
Okay.
don't worry, we just played that a few minutes ago.
Okay.
So,
So got another project. Now, music to me is like a hobby. I love it. You know, I love the process of producing. I'm a producer and writer as well. God has allowed us to be nominated for Grammys, 2 Grammys, and Stellars, which is like how they honor gospel musicians, the Stellar Awards, and Dove Awards. So I've been blessed. But music just pours out of me because it's like my, you know, I'm hooked on Candy Crush. Music is my other Candy Crush. All right, y'all Candy Crush people too?
No.
Okay, I'm stuck.
No.
I'm stuck. I've been stuck for 2 years.
You know why?
And I can't
because
get off.
everybody that says they hooked on, I'm like, see, I don't need nothing to be hooked
so
on.
Stuck.
That's why I don't even do it.
So when I'm not doing music on my spare time, you know, I got family. I got 4 kids. I've been married for a long time. My wife, girlfriend, and concubine is the same person. You know what I'm saying? When I cheat on my wife with my wife.
That's good. That's good. We like that.
You know what I'm saying? I be like, hey, I need you to be somebody else. Yeah,
That's how you keep that spice
you
going.
need to be Tina. Let me get that Tina, girl.
You know what?
Yeah. So, but among that, I'm a pastor. I've been pastoring for 3 years.
Okay.
A weird, crazy church called Free Life in a warehouse.
Why you call it weird and crazy?
Because we allow people to eat inside church. We do hip hop. My praise and worship leader is
Wait a minute,
DJ.
what do you mean you allow them to eat?
They eat in church like you can have nachos and pizza while I'm preaching, just like you watching a movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
so candy and everything, you know. And sometimes
People be having that too. They just be sneaking it out.
yeah,
of
not a
churches.
whole pizza though.
Yeah,
not
but
how we do. We do
no.
nachos. Somebody was in the front row eating nachos. You know, saying, amen. And so we do it like we kind of do it different. I also have like a little basketball court, half court inside the sanctuary, like not in the family worship center because we're not big enough to have that yet. And so
Okay.
Awesome.
we're inside. And so we just feel like, you know, if it ain't in the Bible, then why y'all tripping? So, you know, don't trip. So me, I grew up in the church. I left the church for a period of time, but in church, all the stuff that's not necessarily written is the stuff that made church boring. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, if it ain't in there, then why we tripping? So you got less fortunate families that's trying to, we got a family that have nine kids. 9. That's that lady, she got to get all them kids ready, and sometimes they don't have a chance to eat. So we got food for them. You know,
Okay.
we got opportunities for them and stuff like that. And so that's why we do it. But it's just about a new generation. These are my church clothes. We don't suit up. You kind of come as you are. You do your own thing.
Thank
we
you.
don't care.
Yeah, I do love
you know,
that.
And so, you know,
Yeah.
if the girl is coming in something shorts, we dim the lights so we can't see.
You
know what I'm
don't
saying?
put a cloth down over a thing and make a cross across the
because
legs.
most of that is not about the girl. It's about the temptation of the pastor.
Right.
You know, and it's really about insecure missionaries and mothers that's around there. That girl, you know, the girl is a little bit more banging than y'all, and so y'all want to cover that up. God gave her that body. You know what I'm saying? God gave her that body, and so you got to learn how to love yours. And so I'm not the one that do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, you know, plus
What's the name of your church?
it's called Free Life.
Free Life.
And
Okay.
I-
Free Life
And where
Church,
is it?
Morrow, Georgia, next
Okay.
to the South Lake Mall. If you're familiar with south of Atlanta, pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah,
All right. We just
75.
want to make sure everybody
Yeah,
knows.
Yeah,
but
y'all come. We
just-
do 7 Thursday. We was only at Thursday church. I didn't even do Sundays. I was sleep in on Sundays. like I'm like, first of all, I'm like, you calling me? You want me to do this for real, God?
Right.
Like, okay, can I make Sunday? So my Sunday was Thursday, and I would sleep in. Then it's one. See, I got a huge heart, and sometimes it has got me in trouble. So one family said, man, I would love to get there on Thursday, but man, I just can't do it because of my job, man, and my family need this real bad, man. So if you ever start a Sunday, I'm like, man, why do you say that, man?
And now it's a bunch of people there.
So Sundays is but a whole different crowd, because cats that come Thursday don't come Sundays, and vice versa. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
dope.
awesome, though.
Yeah.
It's dope. It's weird. but it's dope.
That's basically what I was talking about. I just want to say, Saints, when we post this video on our YouTube page, don't let me delete your comments.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of them because people don't agree
Because
with what we're doing.
And I think, but this is the thing. I think it's okay to disagree, and that's fine. But when you are professing that you are so godly, but you're hateful at the same time, I'm tuning you out at that point.
Yeah, if you can't be godly and hateful at the same time, because God is love. So you're religious, which means you're just in a repetition of doing church with no results. Yeah, and so it doesn't even matter. I mean, that's how the devil shows up, trying to mimic God. Yes. You know, and so whatever.
So now let me ask you. You said you grew up in the church.
Yeah.
Are you a preacher's kid, PK?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty much.
But I didn't grow up being a PK, because my daddy was a real one. So he was in and out of the church for a while. Yeah.
He was trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
maybe not.
My daddy grew up in the church. My mama grew up in the hood.
Okay.
She got saved and told him that he can't have none until he gets saved and they get married.
Okay.
And so, she had already had my older brother. I wasn't here yet. And so they used to call my daddy Joint, because he used to smoke so much. and so, that's probably in my blood too. Anyway, help me, people. But so he
cannabis ain't a bad thing.
So Lord, don't get us started.
Look, I'm pro cannabis, so whatever.
He just didn't he didn't want to sit around. So finally, when he got an opportunity to go to another church that gave him an opportunity to be the Sunday school superintendent, then Daddy started going to that church and eventually became that president of the Sunday school, and then God called him to pastor, and that's how I became. But I was already in college before he started pastoring.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't grow up like, as
So I was going to ask you, how did you come about hip-hop, gospel hip-hop?
Well, I mean, that's just a generation, you know, and my pop brought me a gospel hip-hop CD when I was little, because, but we grew up doing quartet and all that. And so my mind, I want to explore things. And I'm a what if you put this with this, and what if you do that with that and stuff. I'm that. So I love hip hop. That speaks to the African American male. It is what it is. No offense to no other race or gender, but hip hop is predominantly started by the African American male. So it's kind of like his sound, and so that's what I gravitated to. Okay. And so I love all types of music, country, everything, but hip hop, it was like my brothers, people that look like me, telling my story. Right. And so I kind of gravitated to that. Right or wrong is just what I end up in. When I came to college, I went to Morehouse. My wife went to Spelman.
The house.
I started.
I keep on saying it.
Samuel
Jackson did that.
There you go. There you go. And that's one of the highest paid actors. And come on, Morehouse, Spike Lee with the purple suit.
Representing.
What's happening?
Come on, ATL, HBCU.
Yeah. So Morehouse was real good to me. And I had great experiences, but I think I actually was in the Morehouse College Glee Club. So I sang in the Glee Club. I know how to sing choral music and all of that type of stuff, and all of that makes up my musical sound. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So from being in the Kojic church.
Wow.
7 hours of church.
Yeah,
that
that's
start
a lot
at
of
10
church.
o'clock, and you don't get out till 8 the next day.
Oh no.
That was church for us.
Now we going for an hour, talking about hour and a half. Come on, Pastor, get to it.
When you go to sleep and wake up and you still there.
Yeah.
And so that's my background. But I mean, Daddy bought me a piece of equipment at 16 and I just was I've been hooked on music, just like
That's
I'm hooked
what's
on
up.
Candy Crush. It's just
How did you?
I'm stuck.
Because I'm sure the naysayers had a problem with your different approach to gospel music.
Yeah.
So how did you navigate that when you first started? Because I'm sure you got a lot of resistance, a lot of hate, a lot of judgment.
Man, we didn't have social media like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been doing it for a long time, so we didn't have it like that. So you can't really hear your haters. Plus, my mama was a pit bull, so she was like my number one. Well, my wife is my number one fan. After that, my mama and dad. So they always pump you up. No, that's what you're supposed to be.
That's right. You don't shut down mama.
And who gonna say some shit when I say pit bull? She ain't play no games about her kids, and so she put that thing in me. And then another thing is she was such a defender of what I did. You know that most of the times, I would get hate emails and all that type of stuff, but my wife they
emails?
They were always what.
From anonymous emails or where you can email the person back?
Well, the thing about it is they never let me see it because my wife
Who
was.
has time to
They-
send a
they-
hateful email?
they-
Like you actually sat down at your computer
No,
and wasted your
Same.
time.
They
make
would they would never tell me about them, you know. And so I was also music guy at. I was the minister of music for the youth at World Changers with Creflo Dollar.
Okay.
So in his world is so huge, you know, and you're naive to how big the outside world outside of his world. So everybody kind of loved you in there. So you kind of felt like you was doing the right thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't experience getting kicked out of the church for what I do until like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah. They kicked me out of church.
With all the success, they kicked you out of church.
Yeah, Grammys and everything. They kicked me out. And so it is what it is. But the like it's real. Like, and so
That's crazy.
So like but whatever, man. I mean, you can kick me out. They started because of that, it was because they kicked me out, the city started a 24-hour Christian hip hop station.
Oh, really?
Because of that event. It was a big mess, so I don't want to go into it because
Yeah.
I don't want to say names and all that type of stuff.
Because we like to say names on here
you
because
know,
our show
yeah.
would.
Yeah, Heather's
Yeah.
like, give up the scoop. Tell us
We
who
gonna
it
tell it.
is.
Because it's like people like that need to be called to the carpet because
Yeah.
they defeat the purpose and they like I've said before, because I've listened to your music, I'm familiar with you
Yeah.
prior to this. And
Thank
so I just feel like, and I can't imagine if I feel like that, what young black men feel like. And so you embrace them with your music. And
Yeah.
that's the whole point. You're trying to bring people closer to God
Right.
and to Christ. And however you do it, if you're not robbing, killing, stealing, like, who cares
Yeah.
about the music? Because you
Yeah.
don't like the music. I've listened to your music. It's nothing vulgar. It's nothing.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that to me has purpose, especially in this day and time, because a lot of people can't reach these young men.
Right.
And if they can be reached in that way, isn't that the entire point?
Thank you.
That just to me is
It's like
so
but
backwards.
They don't get it. Sometimes people try to do church and they think the way they do church is God, and it's not. You know, really, we're doing church not even like the early church. They was at people's houses.
Yes.
You know, doing church. You know,
Right.
You know, it was one of them kings somewhere back in the day that switched it over to the temple and all that type of stuff. You know, that was like thousands of years after Jesus had been gone. And so, you know, we keep more. I tell people, man, get in the presence of God, and whatever He tells you to do, that's what you do. It's about a one-on-one relationship with you and God. It's not about how people see you. It's not about, because they have to walk their walk out. And trust me, just like people put on these, these masks and all of these filters on to take a picture. You know, I know how to shed pounds off myself. When I take a picture, I can make myself look real sexy.
Yeah, my daughter showed me how to do it. I was like, oh, you doing that? Making your waist up little? I'm like, that's too much.
But when they see you live,
Right.
it
you know
is what it
crazy.
is.
But
Talk about-
They be like, are
That's
you the
you.
same? They come and hold the phone up next to you. Are you the same? You know, because, you know, life is no filters, you know.
Right.
And, you know, you're talking about a millisecond of taking a picture, and people try to live up to that standard. That's kind of how they do church. You know,
Yeah.
they do it based off of what they think the big church is doing or what they think that they trying to help God out and be the God police. You can't help God out.
Did he just say the God police?
Yeah, you can't be
so mad right now.
Plus, you can't tell me about somebody that I know.
Right.
Yes.
You know, I know God and God know me. I hear him daily. So you can't give me a message. That's like one of my pet peeves is somebody telling me how my wife feels. Like, I think when this is back in the day, this is some years ago. I think your wife is upset with you because
No.
yeah, you wanna hear somebody snap.
How did somebody even fix their mouth to tell you?
I guarantee they won't do it again based off that conversation. Because I just became a pastor. My vocabulary is very colorful. And so when you come in and talk to me about somebody that I know, maybe it's somebody that I just met or somebody that I'm building a relationship, then you could tell me because I don't know how they are. But you talk about somebody that I know, that I don't make kids with, nah, you're in the lion's den. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I feel about God. Like, man, don't talk to me about I know him. Like, don't tell me about whatever. So if you got a problem with how I dress or you got a problem with my music, then don't invite me because I'm gonna do what I've been doing to get here.
Right.
That's the only reason why you know me anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't try to change me. I'm very what's another word for hard head?
Stubborn?
Not stubborn. Give me the positive way to say it. I'm very
Strong-willed?
Strong-willed. There you go. I'm very strong-willed.
But you know what? That is why you're successful.
And also, too, I mean, if you think about companies do things different. Every company don't do things the same way. So, I mean, the church a lot of times is people think of it just like a business.
Yep.
You know, so you don't expect to go into every company and see things the same way. That's why Google is so successful and all these different companies, because they do things to make their employees feel good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's the same way. So we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back. Right now, we're going to go out with some Canton Jones. And won't he do it?
Canton.
Hey! Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
James Brown, do it the James Brown way. Want to do it? Want to do it on the one?
Won't he do it?
Do it on the one. Yeah.
All right, y'all, we back. This is Soul Sisters. I'm Yama Brown.
I'm Heather Hayes.
And we got Canton Jones in the house, and we having a ball.
Yes.
I'm
Heavy.
tripping,
Let me tell you
man,
something.
because I just found out that they're like this James Brown daughter, man. Isaac Hayes' daughter. I'm tripping. Like, I didn't know. That's what's up.
We be having a ball in here.
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
You were with the Soul
and matter
family.
Of fact, weren't you? You were supposed to be at the Legendary Awards.
I was
He
there.
was. We missed him.
was?
Yeah.
Oh,
He said
Like,
we were
y'all was at the
talking.
end of the thing, and I had interviewed with everybody. And y'all was interviewing with somebody. I appreciate it. Y'all was interviewing somebody, and the lady just told me to come on through.
Oh,
That
yeah.
lady-
So I walked right by y'all. Plus, I didn't have a haircut at all, so I
So
looked
what?
like a totally different dude.
Well, you know, we already talked about that, how they were trying to rush us, mess up my stuff. I'm like, man, you
yeah,
punch me
they-
in my back one more. You push me in my back one more time while I'm trying to talk to this man, we're gonna have some issues.
But I presented Marvin Winans. So Marvin Winans,
Where was I?
were y'all inside?
You was outside, you were talking to somebody.
You were getting lit.
I was talking. No, because I already had my drink at the table.
Because first of all,
I was drinking my wine.
she told
Jesus
me that there
turned
was
water into
dinner.
wine.
And when I walked in
my
and saw
wife
the
is tripping
cheese
about that.
plate, I'm like,
Wait, we thought that was the first plate.
Me
like
too.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was the hors d'oeuvres.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
y'all
You got the
said,
big rib.
ma'am.
That's the real. That's the plate.
it.
That's it.
I was like, what? I said, girl, I did not eat before I came here because you said they have dinner.
I told my wife.
could've sworn they
might
had
eat
dinner last
Maybe they
year.
eating at the end.
No, they was still waiting.
Yeah, we was waiting to the end.
We didn't wait. I left.
When they dismissed, we was like, okay, where's the food?
I
No.
know we definitely had food last year.
Oh, really?
I feel like we definitely. Even DJ was like, yeah, we ate.
Well, we
My
got
husband.
tricked.
Had them budget cuts, man. We had to
Yes.
get one more artist. So, it was
Well,
either the
it-
meal or the artist.
Then there was some. I mean, y'all folks ain't cheap.
So Brian,
There's some money in the
Brian
room.
Clay
There's some money.
says
Somebody
hello
coulda-
from Praise
yeah,
102.5.
What's up, bro? What's happening?
Did he have a question
Clay-
or he
no,
just
he just
saying
said
who
hi.
he was? Oh, okay. All right. So
Been a
tell
minute,
us,
boy.
don't you have some artists?
I do. My wife is actually a dope soul singer,
All
jazz
right.
artist.
Sweet.
Went to Spelman. She was a jazz vocal performance major. And the trip about it is she actually put her career on hold to push me. She's been the business, our business. We've been doing this independent. And we've had some help as far as a label here, a label there, but it's pretty much been us.
Okay.
And so I feel like now is her season, definitely. So she's about to put out a record.
All right, congratulations.
It's called Hypnotic, and it is
Make sure
the
y'all look for her.
dopest record. Y'all need to get it, you know. And her voice is very, very, very soothing, jazz, Sade.
Okay.
You know, and so she's used to be. She's working on not being an introvert.
That's
You
funny
know,
because
so-
you are complete opposites.
Yeah,
But that's
well,
probably why it
we
works.
hot and cold,
Yeah.
you know. But you know, and
That's
so
how it's got to work,
Yeah,
though.
'cause two of 'em in the
Yeah, you
house.
can't do that. Not with two hands. Not with two strong-willed people.
Which is funny, Yama, because you're the strong-willed one in your situation.
I am.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like that. Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
But that's how it works. That's how it works.
that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's how it works. That's how it works.
So and then we also had these 3 kids from St. Louis. One's 10 and the other 2 are 14. Mm-hmm. And the 10-year-old is the uncle of the 14-year-old. Right. So that's real hood, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was up here doing the math in my
Yeah,
head. Like,
yeah.
I wasn't good at math, but
Yeah.
you carry the one.
Yeah, there you go. You figure that one out. But,
well, you
and
know,
they
I got a niece the same age as me.
yeah.
Well, your daddy was James Brown, so we totally understand
There you
that.
go.
Well, I mean, it happens in regular families.
Yeah, that's
regular
true.
old people do
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
stuff.
There you go.
Regular folk.
There
Yes.
you go.
They just regular people with a name. That's all our parents was.
Yep. And so they coming out with something. They have a little mixtape out. Got this little cute little dance called the Chicken Rule.
I saw it. I saw the
Yeah,
little
yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's
and,
cute.
And so I'm happy that they're doing that thing. And so we put the label on hold for a long time to build a church.
Okay.
You know, because I really was very serious about, you know, if you want me to do it, I want to do it, and I stop everything. And to make sure it happened.
Right.
And so now that it's kind of, you know, a little bit more grown, got a lot of support, very dedicated volunteers, my brothers and sisters, man, I can't thank them enough. Now, you know, I feel like it's time to push this music.
I'm gonna have to come out there and bring some chicken wings.
Come on.
That's
come
probably
on.
what I
Sit up
need,
in the
because these
front.
other people getting on my nerves.
Everybody be eating with you. In free life. Yeah. We that. I mean, but you know, how do you watch TV? How do you? And a lot of times people separate their worship from their regular life, and God's
Yeah.
like, don't just talk to me here.
Right.
But don't, so I'm trying to make church feel like it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday thing instead of just a we dress up. Because once you don't let your Holy Spirit and your religion go out with your suit. When you
Yeah.
take your suit off, your dress off, you back to normal. And so we're trying to make it so as this is just, you know, you're having your food, you're watching TV, or you're watching the presentation, and you are really, you know, engulfed into it. And
Yeah.
so we just certain things that just ain't important.
Yeah.
You know.
We
It just
talked
don't
about
matter.
that. We had Jamal Bryant on here, and I've been knowing him since we were knee-high to a grasshopper because I pretty much grew up in the stage church. And we were talking about that
Yeah.
because Heather and I both go to Buckhead Church, Andy
Yeah.
Stanley,
Yeah.
and we talk about the fact that we wear jeans. I'm coming there with my Starbucks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
chilling with my little pastry or
Yeah.
whatever.
And they get
don't
it.
be...
They're not,
don't be
intim-
saying
they're
nothing
not
about that
intimidated
stuff.
about
No.
that,
They
right?
don't care about that stuff.
That was the thing that I felt. I felt like it was like a no judgment zone. I instantly felt that. And in
Yeah.
some cases, in a lot of the bigger churches, a lot of the African American churches, I would feel like, and I felt like it was exactly for the reason that you said. Like if you come in there looking halfway decent to some of the women, it's a problem.
Yep.
And so I get them, and I'm like, okay, so I can't even focus on what I'm in here
Like,
doing.
baby,
because-
don't be mad at me because I'm cute. Like, get over it.
And
like,
it's really a bad thing though, because I was
Yeah.
really in there needing and wanting
Yeah.
to do that. And now I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't want to go here. So when I went to the Buckhead Church, I just decided to try it. Because initially I went to the one out in Gwinnett. That's the one I went to at first. And because I'd seen you go. And when I went, I was like, oh, like I'm looking around and everybody's they have their Starbucks. He gets kind of straight to the point. But I think his process was somewhat like, because he came from his father's church, and it was probably very,
probably was. I used to go to Charles Stanley too with my mom.
So it's very straight, very kind of, and I think a lot of times judgmental or church. And he was like, "This is the church for the unchurched."
Yeah,
because
that's
people don't feel like they have a space there, and so it's good that you're creating a space for people feel. Because honestly, what people don't realize in some of those churches, you really make people feel like they're unwelcome.
Right. Yeah.
And it really shouldn't be about y'all, actually.
And to be honest with you, just because you're on the runway doesn't make you a plane. Just because you're standing in the garage don't make you a car. And just because you're in church don't make you saved.
Right.
Yes.
So old people can be there for years but not have a relationship with God. And so they begin to police people for the sake of, I'm doing this for God.
Right.
And why would you keep people out of the hospital if they're coming there to get fixed? You want me to come fix? I'm here to get fixed. You see what I'm saying? And so that's one of my things, and it's almost like I'm fighting for the unrighteous so that they can get to God.
Yes.
And so I actually read one of Andy Stanley's books to give me that mentality of, wow, he thinks so out of the box, but he had to go through an experience. And I do understand that Andy Stanley went through a period of time with his dad where the old wineskin and the new wineskin had a clash.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And he was willing to kind of stick to what he believed and see the Buckhead Church is what it is now.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like on that level, like, hey, I got to do what I got to do for what God is telling me. God told me this. If you don't do free life, you're going to lose your boys. I got a 10-year-old, 6-year-old, 3-year-old boy, 14-year-old girl. He says, your girl, the culture of black church is good for your daughter, but it's going to spew out your boys.
I agree.
And if you look at men 13 to 30, the age of obscurity of Christ, they are not in them churches. They're not.
No.
You cannot find... Either they got with a girl, that's how I got back at church, or almost got shot up and died. That's you back in church.
Yeah.
Car accident, some type of...
Or your grandmama pulling you by your ear.
Yeah,
Boy, you better get in church.
Yeah, but she gonna get tired of pulling him.
Right.
If there's
once
not...
they get older.
And so once they get to that point, so why do our churches kick out that age group, especially when it comes to men? And I've been in other churches. I'm Southern Baptist ordained, to be honest with you. Like, I was ordained by Southern Baptist. Like, it was actually white people that said, we see you as a pastor. And I was like, have you Googled me? Like, really? Like, you see me as a pastor? Yeah, I was ordained Southern Baptist. I'm a Southern, I was raised up coaching. Went to a Word of Faith church, but ordained Southern Baptist. And I learned so much being at that church. And so the church is for all people. I love all types of people, and I want to give our church all types of experiences.
Yeah.
And so, but Andy Stanley helped me a lot to when you go to his church, boy, you can't be an insecure pastor.
No.
Yeah.
You walking into a mall.
And you know what? I always like that, because when I first started going in this church, we were in the shopping center. It was an old grocery store.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that's what it was. I mean, of course, North Point Ministry, so it was Alpharetta, but the Buckhead Church was, I remember us first starting to raise money for that church. But
yeah, my wife used to work at the Mexican restaurant right across the street.
The Rio Bravo, is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah,
on the border.
Yeah, we used to steal food because we was broke back then. Forgive us, Lord. Forgive us.
Oh, Lord, I'm gonna pray for your wife. I'm gonna pray for the pastor's wife.
Yes.
Pastor, I'm praying for the pastor's wife. Well, that's some good stuff. Good stuff. All right, what time on Sunday? So we know.
10 o'clock, 10 a.m. We because of the I've been ordained Southern Baptist. We start on time.
Okay.
Yeah, we
All
start
right,
on
but
time.
10
we end on
a.m.
time.
is a good time.
Yeah, we start.
Because
we-
you
Yeah.
know us. We ain't trying to get up at 7.
Yeah,
oh no!
Oh yeah.
I'll be
yeah.
watching you online if that was the case.
10 a.m. We get out of there 11:30, 12. you
Okay,
know?
all right.
My wife in football season. My wife is the commissioner of our fantasy football league. So we have to be out of church on time unless she'll leave us all.
I'm
Yeah.
with you, sister.
She's the commissioner.
Heather, no. Andy
Yeah.
Stanley be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And he be
Nah.
like, y'all know Georgia play today, so we gonna be out. And the Falcons got a game. And
Wait, don't y'all have like multiple services? The only one service is real, and the second one is like a hologram service or something like that. The
well, it
screen
depends
comes
on where he is.
It
yeah.
depends on where he is.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
super dope.
Yeah.
Yes, it
And I
is.
can't wait till I could just be in the living room and record my whole message and just a whole
well,
screen
he be
come
at
down.
one of the services.
He's at one of the
That
churches.
whole- But you don't know where you go.
No,
you know?
we don't. Yeah, we don't
No,
know.
you
That
don't
whole
know.
screen.
Actually, last time I went, he was there, so that was a surprise.
He was
And
there
now-
when I was there. The last
Yeah.
time I went.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
You'll be getting messages in a wife beater with some holes in it.
But the thing about it is, y'all
I'm in my
online people
living
don't
room.
know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
well, they know that you not at church, but
Yeah.
Like, listen, saints and friends.
talking about I ain't even got time to come down to the building. I'm just gonna do it from right
I'ma
here.
do it right here at the house.
I was in the studio late, so I'm about to come right from my couch.
You got Yeah, dig that.
That's all right. You ain't missing.
You still got the message.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
There you
Well,
go.
we appreciate you so much for
Thank
coming
y'all.
on. This
Thank
has been
y'all
a
for
great
having me.
interview.
Yeah, man. Y'all
we
have me
can't wait for
anytime.
your wife's music
Oh,
to
yeah.
come out.
Yes.
We're going to have you back on
Have
here
her
when it
back.
comes
Make
out.
her, make her talk.
Yes.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll make
I
it.
can make you talk
Dig.
now. Here.
It's just girlfriends
Yes.
over here, so we'll make you talk. But y'all make sure y'all check out Canton Jones, and he's doing great things.
Yep.
Pastor in church, new music, new groups. Just God bless you,
Busy,
brother.
yeah, man. Y'all
Yes,
pray
God
for
bless
me.
you.
Pray for me.
All right, we're gonna go out right now with "Lean on Me" by Aretha Franklin, and then we'll be back.
You're watching Soul Sisters on Pure Soul, powered by Isaac Hayes on Dash Radio.